Definitely a script. We have a script. We have a girls trip script. Say that fast 3 times.
Thank you for bringing the Flossie Posse back together.
Now we have a girls trip script, and I can't wait to actually do the movie. I think it is connected to the motherland. Let me just say that.
How are you fitting it in your schedule?
I don't know, but that's not my job. Luckily, I don't have to figure that part out. You know, I'm the one who gets on the set. I do the thing. They do all the, figuring out where we can plug her into this and that, and also give her a break. But I'm looking forward to it. I can't wait. I mean, we shooting on a location that I've never been. So I'm excited to be there, to plan some life around it, to have a new experience and have it with my girls and make funny. We gonna make funny for the camera. We gonna tear that movie up. We gonna give you just as much as we gave you and then some, So, I mean, for all the girls out there, get ready to plan your trips, because when girls trip comes, you're going to want to be with all your girls. Y'all going to want to plan the whole thing around it. And so start saving right now.
Ice Age, how was it returning? Because you're returning for a new Ice Age. How was that, keeping that character?
Fantastic. It's amazing returning for Ice Age. It is, again, something I really look forward to. I had 2 nephews who called me Auntie Ellie for months.
Don't let anyone change who you are, okay?
They didn't even call me Auntie Dana, Auntie Ellie, because they watched Ice Age and they just love me as a woolly mammoth. So I just some of these things I specifically do for them. I have a son, and he started watching Ice Age, and he enjoyed the movies. So the fact that he's going to have one to be able to watch a new one is very exciting to me. I love the idea of what Ice Age, the family is. It's your family doesn't have to have this one look to it, this one kind of thing. It's the love that you have for each other that makes you family. And so there's always all this jeopardy, but always this love that brings everybody together, and it's funny too.
Maybe we should rest for a few hours.
Thank you. Motherhood, how has that changed you?
It makes you put one foot in front of the other, no matter what. And I'm gonna leave it at that. You gotta put one foot in front of the other. There's no quitting.
It's a challenge, though.
It is a challenge. Everything gets real. Priorities change too. You realize what's really important and who's really important, and it's tougher on other people because, when you get an actual baby, you gotta, the grown people you treat like babies have to grow up because, sorry, you can't get that. But I thank God for the tribe, for the village. It takes a village, and I really am thankful for mine.
And now how about being a coach on The Voice?
How about that? I wonder what they're gonna call me.
What are they going to call
Coach La, your Coach Queen. The Royal Rebels. It's the Royal Rebels right here. What's good? I don't know, how's that sound? I gotta get in the mirror. I'm working on it.
I'm
working on my shtick. I gotta get in the mirror with it. So it's gonna be exciting.
Is it funny to you that there are generations that see you as, that's the queen, that let me play her music and you're a rapper? For other people, you're an actor. Other people, you're a mogul, an entrepreneur. Is that strange?
It is strange because I realized I started to lap myself. I was I was about 24 years old when I realized, Queen Latifah is bigger than me. Latifah. We used to be the same person, and then somewhere along the line, Queen Latifah did this and really got huge, and I was like, I don't know that we're the same person anymore. I used to be Queen Latifah, and now she became a business. She became an entire brand, an entire, entity of her own, and I had to let her grow. And I was like, okay, that's what this is. But in that, it was me expanding into all the things that I was capable of doing. And so whether it was acting, whether it was being a spokesperson, whether it was being a philanthropist, whether it was continuing to be a family member, making music and making different kinds of music, going from rapping to making jazz standards, to doing musicals like Chicago and Hairspray. These things all are natural to me, who I'm supposed to be. They're what I was supposed to do.
Queen Latifah. Queen Latifah. She's a woman who can do it all. Queen Latifah.
Welcome back to the American Music Awards.
American Music Awards. What does it mean to be hosting this again?
I think it's great, to see me hosting these awards. I think it's important that I have fun. What I do love is the fact that all these musicians that'll be on this stage work so hard to be here, and their fans are going to be in the audience, and they were voted on by their fans. And so this is a celebration that the fans deserve, So my job is strictly to make sure that I deliver the fans their favorite artists and make sure this thing flows and keeps going and keeps its energy so that the people at home and the people in the audience get a good show. Bam!
The American Music Awards, what separates it from the others?
Dick Clark produced it, you know, and he was a cool guy. He was a very cool dude. The way he brought music to TV, it was his thing, and it was a great thing. And I think that energy is something that needs to stay in the show and always has. Again, it's the fans who decide who wins the awards. And so the fans get to be a part of it, where sometimes it's committees and it's bodies and it's groups of people who make these decisions. So just the fans getting to have a little say-so in who their favorite artists are and what happens for them, I think is wonderful. I also like that it spans age groups, you know. There's a 20-year-old who will like something on this show, and there's a 50-year-old that will love something on this show. And I think being able to sit at home with your mom or your grandmother and watch something and all be able to jam out at the same time, it's to me how good TV is. You know, that's how it always was supposed to be. You would sit home and watch this as an event, as a family, because you're all going to get something that you enjoy seeing.
Can you believe 30 years ago you made your hosting debut? Is that right?
Something like that, 25.
Do you remember anything about that?
I do. I remember Tom Jones.
Tom Jones and Lori Morgan.
I know.
Right?
Yes.
Yeah, but you wearing so well, baby.
It's not unusual. I'm like, am I really about to be on the same stage with this guy? It's amazing. It's fun.
Also, do you remember that at that time they were like, oh, we're going to add someone edgy and different. We're going to put Latifah in here. And now you're like the hosting queen. This is your gig. This is your thing.
I mean, people need to open up. They need to widen their palate a little bit, clearly, if they think I was the edgiest person they could get. But I thought it was a great idea, and I thought it was fun. And it was definitely fun for my whole glam team, because hair, makeup, wardrobe got to create, you know, and this is like the events you get to come up with hairstyles and outfits and put on, you know, and we did.
By the way, is it time to start thinking like Oscars too? Like, you know?
To host?
Yeah.
I have heard that before, and I'm...
Listen, you've hosted, I mean...
You get killed hosting the Oscars.
No, but if we go down the list of the stuff that you have hosted, it's been everything. I mean...
I did a little piece on the Oscars one year. They had like several hosts, and I kind of did a little thing, but to host the entire show, that was... You know, that would be something else. I need not only to host the Oscars, I need to have one. So let me work on both. I'm working on all that. I am nominated, so we got the nomination.
Yeah.
You know, we getting there. You know, so now we got to actually take a trophy home.
How about the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame?
The Rock and Roll Hall of Fame is one that sort of came out of nowhere. I was literally on stage a couple years celebrating my boy Q-Tip, you know, and just making sure I said every rhyme and can I kick it properly, you know.
Can I kick it to all the people who can quest like the drive?
And now here I'm and watching Ozzy Osbourne be honored. I got to like go out from behind stage and catch that whole performance and just rocked out so hard, and God bless him. And now here I am coming back, you know, to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame stage as an inductee. Like what? You know, I have nothing to do with that. That just came out of nowhere. And so thank you to whoever had something to do with making that happen. But a lot of people are really impressed by that and are calling me from all over the world.
It's a big deal.
It's a bit of a big deal.
Yeah.
It's a bit of a big deal, you know. But it's not something that I would have even wished for as a young person, because it wasn't necessarily something that was real to me, you know. As a young rapper, that you could get into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Even as a young black rock and roller, can you get into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame? You know, not necessarily going to happen. So this is like a big deal. It's a really big deal, and it's great, you know. And I'm going in with Luther Vandross. You kidding me? With Billy Idol?
Come on.
Sade.
Come on.
Celia Cruz. Like, what are we talking about? You got my whole life going on this stage, you know, on this stage before me, and I feel very honored and very humbled, you know, to be part of it.
You gave the commencement speech at North Carolina A&T.
I did.
And something you said that I loved.
There's sometimes just no way to make it to where you want to be unless you have the courage to stand alone. Be delusional enough to call yourself something that the world hasn't called you yet. And of course, get your own crown and rock that damn thing.
Well, anyone who has, I think, achieved any sort of success or accomplished a goal that they set out to do will, at least for me, let me not say anyone, for me, there are times when I've had to stand alone. There are times when everybody in the room didn't get it. When explaining what the idea was not enough. When telling you what I saw, you couldn't see. So at those times I was alone, in the sense that I had to figure out how to continue to create this idea, to bring it across the line far enough for you to get it. you know. And once you got it, and once even the people right around me got it, then it started to become, oh, that's what you mean. Oh, okay. Or once it's already starting to happen, oh, they're like, that's what she was trying to do. Okay, let's get behind her. Let's do this because this makes sense. But sometimes those are the people who have the biggest amount of control when it comes to what you're trying to do or finances. And so you may have to sacrifice. There are many nights when I know me and my partner, Shaquem, we didn't go out after the shows. You know what I mean? The whole crew got to go out and party after the shows. We went back to a hotel room, counted the money, went through the accounting, and then sat and dreamt and thought, now how can we take this and take this further? Or what can we do to make this even bigger? How can we, and it's those times, I mean, when you're like 18 years old, 19 years old, when you should be out there partying in the club, at least you want to, celebrating what you just did, but instead you're sacrificing all of that partying to see down the line into the future of what can be. And so, you know, when everybody's like, man, you corny, you staying in? Okay, well, I guess I got to be corny tonight. Call me whatever you want to call me, but that's what it is. I'm about to figure this out. We're gonna crack this code. And then there's times when you actually do get in the door and you realize you're the only one who looks like you. And I've walked through many doors where I'm the only one who looks like me. Yeah. And if anything, my mission has always been to make sure that doesn't happen when I'm in control. If I have power to say something about it, it's going to look like New York. It's going to be the melting pot that life really is and that the world really is. So I'm not just the only one. And in the meantime, I'm going to carry myself the best way I possibly can. I'm going to be the best representative of me, you know, that I can be. And that can be a lonely place sometimes. Or, you know, you sitting at the top and you're the only one. It could be a lonely place, you know, but you gotta handle it. That's what you're there to do, and you're built for it, whether you know it or not. So you stand in it, you know, and you rise to it, and eventually people will catch up. You know what I mean? It's hard when you're a trailblazer. There's no road. Yeah. You know what I mean? You making the road, you know, so it's hard for everybody to see it, you know. But once you make the road, then they go, oh, I didn't even realize you could go down there. Yeah, that's what I've been trying to tell your ass. So, you know, right. But, you know, first you got to make the road, and then don't let anybody cover it up. Keep it open, you know, so that others can come down it and make it even better. They may want to pave it and put some like lines on the street and maybe make some other streets. And that's what it means to, you know, when you get a foot in the door, you don't let it close behind you. You keep it open so others can make it even better.